The Artan Legacy, Soulmates, Chapter 3, Scene 4.
Princess's words struck far more profoundly than I dared confess. An argument eluded me, as her suggestion caught me entirely unawares. Though, as a lord, I should recoil at such a notion, a deep, unspoken doubt prevented me from outright rejecting the proposal. A peculiar sense of helplessness had dominated me through my previous existence, a reminder of my infirmity. A thirst lingered within, unquenched throughout the years. The one time I sought to sate it, when I implored Rascal to reveal her body, I found myself fainting, overcome before I could glimpse much. Could this, as Princess suggested, truly be my chance to indulge? My silence betrayed the internal tempest. Since I could not bring myself to respond, Princess interpreted my quietude as acquiescence. Without the need for confirmation, she asserted that this exercise would be for my sake alone.
After this, I'll consider you enjoyed life, as you put it,
she elaborated.
I don't want any more crazy ideas about doing what you want when you can move my body, or any backtalk about what I say you can or can't do.
Opportunities to intervene presented themselves. I could have spoken on Raya's behalf. I could have defended my honor, dismissed the entire arrangement with ease. Yet I remained mute. I watched in silence as the maid returned, bearing washing rags and towels, and knelt near Princess, pleading for her forgiveness.
It's fine. I guess this is as much paint as you can clean,
Princess remarked with a suspiciously forgiving tone, now that her opportunity for retribution had arrived.
Leave my dress alone. Go stand over there and model for me,
she instructed, and her words were met with immediate compliance.
How would the lady wish me to pose?
Raya inquired, seeking further direction. Her sharp features bore a resignation that spoke of fear, or perhaps remorse for her accumulating blunders.
I have not yet decided,
Princess replied coolly, retaining the authority in her voice.
First, remove your clothing.
Raya tilted her head to the side, much like a perplexed dog.
Milady?
Her eyes, wide with confusion, met ours.
Your clothes. Take them off.
Princess repeated.
All of them. And be quick about it. You don't think I will paint someone with a maid uniform, do you? Even I would look dreadful in one. Don't tell me you're embarrassed to be seen by another woman.
Though hesitation lingered, Raya eventually complied. Resistance seemed futile. The uniform she wore was plain, a long-sleeved black dress with a white apron, accompanied by a white wimple to shield her hair from dust. Beneath it all, she donned a simple camisole and petticoat with black stockings and matching leather shoes. Below the modest layers, Raya's physique revealed itself as toned, a testament to the physicalities of her position, perhaps around 20 years of age. Her broad nose and thin cheeks created an amalgam of features that, though unorthodox, harmonized to render her an attractive young woman. Her raven-colored hair and darker complexion were uncommon, adding to her allure. Despite her trim form, her figure lacked the voluptuousness that characterized Princess. The sight of her stirred something primal within me, weakening my intellect and dissolving my will. Her slender neck, supple legs, flushed countenance, and modest yet shapely proportions sparked an unfamiliar hunger within me. Such dangerous passions unleashed.
Like this, milady?
The uncomfortable maid asked, her voice trembling as she stood, bereft of her garments, likely freezing.
Place your hands behind your back, press your chest forward, lift your head, and close your eyes,
Princess stammered, her voice trembling with the weight of her audacious request. She dared to ask for a pose that would further accentuate the sensuality already radiating from Raya's form. A boldness that surpassed even my expectations. Yet, with that command, the final stroke of our bargain had been sealed. The maid complied, and with that, Princess set to work, brush to canvas, attempting to capture the beauty before her in crude strokes and lines. Yet my gaze could not linger upon the portrait. It was Raya herself who consumed my attention. The impropriety of the act faded into the background as I reveled in her every curve, each valley and mound, a distraction from all worldly concerns. I felt, for the first time in years, like a man in the truest sense. I reveled in the uncouth fantasies of regaining control of Princess's body and claiming Raya's for my own. What a beast I was becoming! Perhaps fate had shown mercy in my frail birth, for if such savage desires could be kindled by the mere presence of a woman of sleekness of skin and bareness of body, then, unrestrained, I might have become a danger to all. Yet, how could I resist such a screaming temptation? My body, or rather the body I shared, commenced reacting as well. A tingling sensation spread across our chest, followed by the delightful friction of cloth against sensitive skin. Then a warmth blossomed deep within, an unfamiliar emptiness that filled every fiber of my being. The heat grew more intense, clothing suddenly too constricting, and a dampness, impossible to describe, left me trembling. Our thighs moved of their own accord, rubbing together in a rhythm that brought a strange pleasure, one I had never imagined myself capable of feeling. The silence between the cold girl and the warm one shattered as Princess's voice, hoarse and breathless, broke the air.
Leave! Dress yourself and leave this instant! We are done here!
Raya wasted no time, hastily gathering her garments and retreating from our sight. A shame, indeed. Our temperature continued to rise, our breaths growing heavy as we fanned our face, first with a hand, then with the very palette Princess had used, though neither proved sufficient.
Look at what you are making me feel, you crippled pervert!
Princess hissed, her words laden with venom.
And looking at another woman, no less! This is what I get for humoring you! Unbelievable!
She panted, struggling to regain composure.